Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I am dedicating this video to something that I am bringing back, and it is the Luminess Air Brush System. It's a little machine I've had tucked away for a couple years. I was talking to a friend of mine, and she was telling me she was getting involved in more bridal work, and a lot of brides were requesting airbrush finish, and she told me the actual airbrush machine, and I was like, wait, I have that. I've had an airbrush machine for over 5 years that's been sitting in my bathroom in the cabinet. I bought it at Ulta years ago, and I remember when I bought it, I used it for a long time. I mean, I used it for about a year, and I loved it. I put it away, you know, because the beauty blender was here, all the brushes, God knows the many brushes that we apply our foundations with and our makeup with, you know, just took over, and I forgot I even had it. So I was glad that she was having that conversation with me, because I was like, let me take it out and use it and give it a try, and it is just as good as I thought. So I obviously went ahead and ordered new colors, because the colors that I had were old and I was afraid to put that on my face. And right now I have all the colors in front of me, and I have about 5 shades. I have a primer, I have a bronzer, I have 2 blushes, and I have a highlighter. And on my skin right now is all I'm using. I'm using the foundation, the primer, the highlighter, the bronzer, the illuminator. The only thing I didn't use was the blush, because I used another blush that you will see in another one of my videos. But here's the system right here. It's called Luminess Air, and I think this was like 2 something. I'm gonna link all the information on everything I'm talking about today in my description box. So if you want to know prices and where to buy any of this, you can look down in the description box, and all the information will be there for you. It looks like this. It's a little square, and obviously it has the little gun with the nozzle. It has the barrel where you dispense the product inside. It's, you know, the little gun, I guess you could say. This is like a little gun, and you know, the button on the top, and here's the button. And let me let you hear how it sounds. It doesn't make a loud noise, but might sound a little loud on camera because the camera picks up a lot of noise, but it's not a big deal. When you have it on a table, obviously it sounds louder. It's very easy to travel with. It comes with this really cute case, and like I said, it's very lightweight. Everything fits in here, but just the machine and the power cord, nothing else. Your foundations and stuff, you know, you have to put it in something else. So anyways, in front of me I have 5 shades, and the shades really pretty much, let me face them your way. So these are the shades right here, shades 2 through 6. I think the shades are a very good selection of colors. They're very, you know, some are golden, some are yellow, some are pinky undertone. The selection is really nice. There's some neutral colors as well. I noticed that it was all mostly water, so this is water-based. It was this much water, and then maybe like a quarter of the bottle was the actual color. So it is mostly water, which I think it's great, and I think that has to be what it has to be, water, because of, you know, it's gonna go into this little system. So I think that they have to be water-based. I'm not sure, don't quote me on that. So they all have like a pearl inside, so you're able to, you know, shake it and mix it really well. What I like to do is I like to mix the colors and create my color, because, you know, there's days where I'm very fair, there's days where I want to be more bronzed, and that's the cool thing about this. You can actually bronze your whole body with it. So those were the shades. You have your primer, you have your bronzer, and by the way, I love the bronzer. This is what I have on today. You have the bronzer, your primer, your highlight, and I bought 2 blushes. I also ended up buying the Luminess Air Powder. This is like a setting powder, and I like it personally because it has like a yellow undertone, so it does brighten a little bit, and it's a really, really good powder. And it comes in this little, you know, brush with the dispenser inside, and you click the button below to dispense the powder here so that you can apply it. I was also concerned, since I had this tucked away in my bathroom for so long, that if it worked, and I will tell you, it works like brand new. Like, it's just as good as when I first got it. I think that this machine is very durable, but then again, I also done a very good job at cleaning it. I always finish my work with cleaning it with alcohol. When you apply your color, you obviously want to apply water in between your colors because there could still be some color left inside. So if you're going to go and apply your bronzer and you still have foundation, it's going to make a mess, and you're going to apply more foundation than bronzer in the beginning of your placement. So what you want to do is between colors, you want to fill this up and give it a good run in your washcloth and make sure that the color is dispersing clear, like you don't see any more color on your wash. This is obviously the washcloth that I use. You want to make sure that the color is running clear before you go on into your next color. And before you put it away, it's always good to clean this really well. Clean it with alcohol. I fill it up with alcohol. Alcohol breaks down the colors inside, so it, you know, it dispenses any color that's clogged in there really good. So you want to make sure you clean it with alcohol at the end. It comes with instruction as to how to clean it and how to take care of it, and it even comes with a disc, a CD to teach you how to apply this. Now, I bought this a long time ago. I can't say that it's been probably upgraded. I know that they made some other colors. I have a white one, but I've seen them in colors. But even if they are upgraded, this older one is still amazing. It's still really good. It misses the color out really nice. And obviously, you know, you have your button here and you have control of how fast you want the color to come out. You obviously don't want to push the button all the way back, because if you do, it shoots out really strong and you'll get a lot of color in one area. You want to bring it back to about almost halfway and, you know, do a buffing motion. And I'll get more into it when you see me applying the actual you know, foundation on my face during the tutorial. So if you guys are interested in knowing how to get an airbrush look literally, then just watch my video. Okay guys, so let's get started. So in front of me, besides all my shades and my blush and my bronzer and the primer, I have important things to have with you when you're doing the airbrush system is some water, some alcohol, and a washcloth. So I already have all my shades here in front of me. I think that I am probably a number 4, but because it's so golden, I'm gonna put like a drop or 2 of the number 2, which is a very fair color, and I like to use that color kind of just to mix the colors up so I can create my own shade. So you want to make sure you shake it. Inside you're gonna hear a bead. Obviously that bead is to mix the color up. So I'm gonna go ahead, I've already cleaned my tool. I'm gonna go ahead and put about a generous amount of drops. I did like maybe 5 or 6, and I'm gonna go ahead and put a couple drops of the number 2. I've already put my primer on. This is the primer right here. So to mix the color, you want to start the machine, hold this button, and you're gonna go, you see how it bubbles up? That's the color being mixed. You don't want to do it too far back because then it's gonna spill out. You see, it's mixing the color inside. By holding this here, it allows the pressure of the air to go back into the gun, and that's why it's sizzling up at the top. That's how you mix your colors. So you want to wait until the bubbles go back and settle, and then you want to proceed to apply your color. Now you want to hold this about, you know, a couple inches away from your face, and you want to push this button back halfway back. But you don't want to push it all the way back because that's going to shoot out the color very strong and very powerful, and you don't want that. So you want to just kind of start in the outer perimeter of your face and go like in circular motions. And you'll see the color building up. You don't want to stop and sit too long on a certain area because you're gonna get a higher coverage in that area. See, I ran out of color. You can tell by the way it sounds. So I'm gonna go ahead and reapply my color. Okay, so you want to continue. So the color that I mixed, I think it's a pretty good match. But like I said, you never want to stop in a certain area. Now, like right here, I have like a little, I don't know if it's a pimple or a mark or something. You can concentrate on that area until it's covered up, and then continue to apply your foundation. You want to not talk while the color is hitting you, because you will get it in your mouth. What I like about this is that you can build it up gradually on your own. See? So now I hear that I ran out of color. And the cool thing about this is that you could spray it back. You could hold it back and you feel air coming out. And the air is nice because it's drying up your color. Now, one thing I did is I put a lot of color on my hair. You have to be careful because you could apply color on your hair, which is very easy to do. So what I like to do is I just spray a little water on my washcloth and kind of just, you know, run it through my hair so I can remove some of that color. You see how it's very easy to get color on your hair. You could wear like a cap if it makes it easier for you, or like a headband. I didn't think about bringing that out, but you can go ahead and do this and the color comes right off. So you see the color is completely off. And now that my hair looks crazy, I can continue. So basically, you see this is a pretty nice coverage already. But if you want a higher coverage, you can continue to do the same thing. I'm gonna do one more round, but not a lot, just very little. I'm gonna put 4 drops and 2 drops of the white, because I'm gonna go ahead and do a higher coverage. I'm gonna build it up and give myself more coverage. I like to kind of pop them. You want the color to be subtle. Alright, so let's go ahead and do one more. Very sporadic in the areas that I feel like I need it, which is the center of my face. And don't neglect your neck and your ears. That's the cool thing about this. So right now air is coming out and I'm drying it up. Okay, so now I'm gonna clean my tool by adding water, and you can obviously spray it onto your towel. You see, you want to clean the tool out until you see it running clear. When you don't see any color being dispensed on the towel, then that means you're ready for your next color. And my tool's pretty clean now. So let's go on to bronzer. The bronzer is really, really pretty. It's got a lot of shimmer, so it's not a flat matte bronzer. So now that I cleaned my tool, I'm gonna go ahead and put some of the bronzer. You shake it, make sure it's got a really good shake, and then apply about, you know, just a couple drops. You want to fill the barrel up about 1/3. You don't want to do half of it or anything because you don't want to waste it. It's better to start with less and add as you need. So the bronzer, you're going to start in the outer perimeter of your face just like you would any bronzer. The thing about this is just getting used to your tool. It's very golden. So you see, I put more bronzer than I wanted. This is enough bronzer. This bronzer is so luminous. I'm gonna go ahead and put some on my neck. You don't need a lot. Okay, so this is pretty good. So I'm gonna go ahead and clean my tool. I'm gonna go ahead and, you see, I put more bronzer than I wanted. This is how much I've pretty much just wasted right now. So you don't even want to do 1/3 of bronzer. This bronzer is very strong, so you want to just put maybe 3 or 4 drops. Like I said, you should add more as you need it. I'm gonna do highlight. Now this doesn't have concealer, at least that I am aware of. You have to apply your own concealer, but I just put 3 drops of the highlight. Let's see. So pretty. So that was enough, which is good. I can always add more if I want, but I think this is good. I notice that sometimes when you shake it a little bit, there's still like color in there. So you might want to shake your tool, you know, let go of the button, shake your tool, and then continue to apply. This highlight is beautiful. Very luminous. Alright, now I'm just drying it up. Oh my god, I got so much bronzer on my ear. I got a ton of bronzer in my ear. And that's the thing about this. You could wear a cap if you want, but if you didn't, like myself, just clean it up with the washcloth. It comes right off. It's not a big deal. This is such a pretty finish. I completely forgot how pretty the airbrush system is, how it makes you look very luminous, very natural at the same time, but just airbrushed. It's exactly what it is. It's an airbrush finish. Like I said, I don't have any concealer, so after I completely apply my makeup, you guys will see the end result of my entire face. That was it, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think, and if you guys have any questions about any of this in today's video, please feel free to ask me. And I hope you liked the video. Rate it good and give it a thumbs up, share it with your friends, and subscribe for more future videos. Thank you guys for watching.